let us get into this. So, good evening and welcome. We are in the reset. The moon fills in Gemini tomorrow. The sun is in Sagittarius. Listen, Mercury is in Sagittarius, Venus is in Sagittarius. So it's busy there by Sagittarius, and that's all curiosity. It is all leaning into new things and moving forward with that gusto that Sagittarius has, that courage that, Sagittarius tends to be like a pathfinder, the one that everybody else kind of follows, trendsetter. That's what the word is. So it's really nice when the sun is in Sagittarius. Our outward world is being ruled by this adventurer. And I think in South Africa, we really recognize that every year and lean all the way into it with December, And there's a few things that happen, kayona December thing, that that can be difficult, And I think that the transits that we're seeing right now, what we're seeing here with these transits happening at this time is this call to action to venture a new way in our relationships. And I think when we have this tool, this modality of clearing into consciousness, we don't have to wait for the inevitable blow-ups or things that could happen between us and the people that we love. We can actually deal with the stuff that is coming up for us before these transits impact us personally. If they're already impacting you, if you find yourself as the person who might be the recipient of someone saying, you've actually been doing one thing or another that's been rubbing me up the wrong way, or you find that you are being called out in a way that is excluding you from a community that you've always felt a sense of belonging, or you're just feeling like it may be time to move on from something that you thought you wanted, that just isn't fitting you anymore. Don't wait for what's bubbling under to burst into unexpected speech and interactions and blow-ups, for lack of a better word. Even with the same feeling of resentment, if you are feeling it in you, you know very well that through clearing into consciousness, you can confront that resentment. You can confront what you're tired of. You can confront what you're angry about. And you can process that and also hold yourself accountable for what it is that you've been allowing, and make that decision to change how it is that you are going to be stepping into that interpersonal relationship where you feel your resentment, because it's you who has control in your life, you who determines the boundaries that you set and what you allow. So if you continue to allow the things that you resent, then who are you going to blame? Do you know? If you're finding yourself as the recipient of that resentment, acknowledge the person's pain and definitely hold yourself accountable, and where necessary, apologize, because these are things that have been burning for a long time. And Mars being retrograde in Gemini, and then the full moon being in Gemini, means that they're in the same place, they're conjunct. So that means that they're colliding to make this explosion a possibility. You know, every time you say you're going to make a change, you need to remember that umkoka, the patterns, the karmic cycle, the karmic pattern that has been in existence for the way that you've been behaving for a certain amount of time also wants to hold its place. So it's been 36 months of doing this work, and I've been able to track what it's done in my life. And that has been my reset. That has been the social contract that I want to reinvest in, these collective spaces. But you see, there are social contracts that aren't serving us anymore. There are social contracts where we might feel like we're being pushed out, we're being excluded, we're being bullied in some way, victimized, where perhaps it's just time to move on, to start a new thing. It's difficult, especially at this time of year, that these movements in the celestial bodies are going to be doing what they're doing, because what do you mean blow ups? It's already tender to be going home, Christmas, friend groups, excursions, the social hierarchies that we are subject to in those spaces. And sometimes we want to hold on when that particular space is no longer serving us. Maybe we're old enough that we could be creating our own traditions now, having to maybe begin a tradition in our solitude. And maybe solitude isn't what you want. Maybe it's a friend's miss that you want. Maybe you've been having a friend's miss, and maybe that's not the vibe anymore because you've been reconciling with your family and you want to go home, So whatever it is, what I'm guiding you to do, what I'm advising you to do, is that with this full moon, make a point of reassessing where you put yourself in your social hierarchy. Make a point of reassessing how it is that you're choosing to show up in your relationships. What it is that you're resenting, what it is that you're being called out about in your relationships. Not just the personal relationships too, look at the professional ones. Throw it all in there. We're all living in relation to each other. Singabantu ngabantu. That's what these transits are really, really highlighting. And it's an opportunity. It's nothing to be afraid of. When we talk about resetting, we almost always expect that we're going to write our resolutions for the new year at the beginning of January, and when that newness of the year is upon us. But preparation is what brings luck. Because if you are prepared and then the opportunity arises, then it looks like luck. You make your own luck by being prepared. So why not begin now to prepare for what you're calling into this new chapter? Because truly, the new year, the new energy, the shift is going to be happening on the 22nd of December with the solstice. The Gregorian calendar shifting into the new year on the 31st of December is just, it's administrative compared to if you're looking to be in the rhythm of things and the rhythm of the astrology, regardless of which calendar you use. The 22nd of December is a turning point. And perhaps that's when you want to be writing your intentions for the new year. But right now, before you get to that point, let go of what you don't want to walk into the new year with. Give yourself that chance. Because we only have ourselves at the end of the day. Why should we run from us, from our very selves? Take this full moon, dive into it, and remember that the same aspect that could represent a blow up, Jupiter squaring Venus in Sagittarius, can also be something so fun and so exciting, wherein all the curiosity, the playfulness, the adventurousness of Sagittarius, and lifted by that love and buoyance and interpersonal and intimate love of Venus, being magnified by Jupiter, can lead to like a most adventurous, gorgeous, and fun-filled summer of love. Whether it is between yourself and a lover, yourself and a friend, yourself and your family, yourself and your children, yourself and yourself. These aspects have different sides to them. So let that be revealed to you. And where you feel your anger, right now with Mars being in retrograde and clearing into consciousness being a modality to do the shadow work. So dealing with the shadow aspects, the hidden aspects, the past things. The God of War is moving backward. He's looking at the past. What he's upheaving in your spirit. Lean all the way into it. Feel your anger. Express it to your ancestors. And let it go. As always, remember, Upalaza just clears that heart chakra and lets you find your voice to express yourself in your throat chakra, and just aligns this part of your body here from your solar plexus right up until your crown chakra, so that you can be truly clear in what it is that you're releasing here. And I hope that this conversation has helped you in some way, that it's been of value. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you being part of this community. This is Sangoma Society, and that has been my insight for the intention setting for this full moon in Gemini. Until tomorrow, okay.